In a world filled with constant distractions and worries about the past or future, there is incredible power in simply being present. The mind often pulls us away from the present moment, focusing on what has already happened or what might come. The past is gone, and the future is always just a projection, never truly realized. The present moment is the only true reality, and it holds a depth that we often overlook. By embracing the present, we tap into a space of awareness that transcends the mind's constant chatter, allowing us to experience life in its full richness. The mind, influenced by the ego, is a key barrier to living in the now. The ego is a mental construct built on past experiences, labels, and beliefs. It thrives on identifying with thoughts, which creates a sense of separation and suffering. Most of us are unaware of how much we are controlled by the ego, reacting based on fears, desires, and insecurities. True peace comes when we detach from the ego and the thought patterns that define it. By observing our thoughts without becoming entangled in them, we can step into a state of presence, where the mind's noise fades and we can experience life as it truly is. This practice of presence involves more than just observing our thoughts. It means fully engaging with the now. When we stop resisting the present moment, we break free from the cycle of mental suffering. Resistance to what is, whether it's a difficult situation or an emotion, creates unnecessary pain. Acceptance of the moment as it is, without judgment or attachment, allows us to find peace. Acceptance doesn't mean passive resignation, but rather surrendering to the flow of life, trusting that what is unfolding is part of a greater whole. In this space of presence, we can also become more aware of what's happening in our bodies. The body, unlike the mind, is always anchored in the present moment. By tuning into physical sensations or simply being aware of our breath, we create a deeper connection to the now. This awareness of the body becomes an anchor that brings us back to the present whenever we get lost in thought. When we start to live more consciously, we begin to notice how our minds create patterns of stress, anxiety, and unhappiness. These mental patterns are often rooted in unresolved emotional pain, the pain body, as it's called. The pain body is the emotional residue of past trauma or negative experiences that gets triggered in the present. But when we are present, we can observe the pain body without being consumed by it. We no longer react automatically to the emotions it stirs up, and in doing so, we begin to heal old wounds and break the cycle of suffering. Ultimately, the goal of living in the now is spiritual awakening, a shift in consciousness that frees us from the mental constructs and egoic patterns that define our sense of self. When we fully embrace the present, we enter a timeless dimension, beyond the limitations of time and space. In this dimension, we experience a sense of oneness with the universe and a profound inner peace. By living in the now, we access a deeper layer of our true essence, beyond the mind and beyond time. This shift in awareness allows us to respond to life's challenges from a place of peace and strength, rather than fear or attachment. We stop reacting based on past patterns or future anxieties, and start living with clarity and intention. The more we focus on the present moment, the more we experience the fullness of life, finding joy, peace, and purpose in the simplicity of what is. The power of now isn't just a concept, it's a practice, a way of being that transforms how we experience ourselves in the world. When we live in the now, we are not only freed from mental suffering, but we also begin to awaken to a deeper, more fulfilling way of living. The present moment is where life happens, and it holds the key to unlocking peace, joy, and spiritual transformation. Please ask viewers to like, share, and subscribe.